We're searching this house. Show me your warrant. We don't need one. Then you're violating federal law. Step back from my door. You don't tell me how to do my job. I'm telling you exactly what the Constitution says. Excuse me, black man.
It was 6:47 in the morning. Michael Edwards was in his kitchen making coffee. His wife Sarah was still sleeping upstairs. His teenage daughter was getting ready for school. Normal morning. Peaceful. Everything about to change. Then, 3 loud knocks on the door. Police. Michael answered. Officer Daniel Pierce stood on the porch with his partner, Kevin Walsh. Pierce was aggressive. Tense. Already angry before anything even started. "We have a search warrant," Pierce said. "Step aside." Michael didn't move. "Show me the warrant," Michael said calmly. Pierce didn't like that. "I don't have time for this," Pierce snapped. Michael stayed calm. "You need a warrant. You need to show it to me. That's the law." Pierce pulled the paper out. He waved it. Didn't really let Michael read it. Michael reached out. "Let me see it." Pierce's jaw tightened. But he showed it. Michael read the address. 148, Riverside Drive. Michael looked at his house. The address plaque on his door said 148, Riverside Avenue. Different street. Not even close. Different neighborhood completely. "This warrant is for Riverside Drive," Michael said quietly. "This is Riverside Avenue. You have the wrong house." Pierce's face went dark. "The address is close enough. We're coming in." Michael stepped into the doorway. He blocked it. "No. You cannot come in. This warrant is not for my home. That's illegal." Pierce took a step closer. "You're obstructing a police officer." Michael's voice stayed steady. "I'm protecting my constitutional rights. My wife is upstairs. My daughter is here. This is my home. You need the correct warrant. Get it and come back." Pierce radioed dispatch. "We got non-compliance at the location." But Michael wasn't resisting. Michael was complying with the law. Sarah heard the voices. She came downstairs. Scared. "Michael, what's happening?" Michael turned to her. "Call. Call someone at the base. Call anyone. Tell them what's going on. Tell them the warrant is wrong." Sarah grabbed her phone. Pierce pushed forward. He shoved Michael back. Michael didn't fight. He stumbled backward into his own kitchen. Kevin Walsh moved in. They had him now. Sarah was on the phone. Her hands shaking. Pierce was opening drawers. Cabinets. Searching everywhere. Michael kept telling them, "The warrant is wrong. You need to stop." Pierce ignored him. Finally, Pierce decided, "Put your hands behind your back." Michael complied immediately. No resistance. Just compliance. Kevin Walsh pulled out handcuffs. Click. Click. Michael Edwards was handcuffed in his own kitchen. His wife watched. His daughter watched from upstairs. Pierce took him to the car. Sarah was already on the phone with the naval base. She told the duty officer what happened. She read him the address on the warrant. "It says Drive. We live on Avenue. They have the wrong house." The duty officer heard her. He understood immediately. "Stay on the line. I'm calling this up right now." He hung up. He picked up another phone. He called the Federal Civil Rights Division. "I need to report a home invasion. Police executed a warrant on the wrong address. Against an active duty Navy SEAL. His name is Michael Edwards. They just arrested him in his own home." The federal office heard this. Everything stopped. Phone calls started. Pentagon. Federal agents. Everyone. 12 minutes. That's all it took. Michael Edwards in handcuffs in the back of a police car. Sarah Edwards on the phone with the military. And the federal government starting to move. Pierce had no idea. He thought this was a routine arrest. Wrong address. Wrong house. But he had the paperwork. What could go wrong? Everything. In the police station, a sergeant got the call. He pulled up the warrant. He looked at the addresses. He saw it immediately. Riverside Drive. Riverside Avenue. 2 completely different streets. 2 miles apart. He called Pierce. Daniel. Where are you? Heading back to the station. Got the guy. Stop. Listen to me. Check the address on that warrant. Silence. Pierce checked. His face went pale. It says Drive. And where did you search? Avenue. You searched the wrong house, Daniel. Federal agents are coming. Get back to the station. Now. Pierce's confidence disappeared. He knew. This was bad. Michael was in the holding cell. He heard the commotion outside. People talking. Phones ringing. Federal agents talking to the police chief. Then the cell door opened. A man in a military uniform stood there. Captain Morrison. Morrison looked at Michael. You okay? Yes, sir. We're getting you out. Your wife called the base. We've got federal jurisdiction now. This isn't their case anymore. Michael stood up. The cuffs came off. Morrison walked him straight out of the station. Outside, 2 federal agents with badges stood waiting. One approached Pierce and Walsh. Your body cameras. Your badges. Hand them over. You're both suspended effective immediately. Federal investigation. Pierce's career was ending. Right there. Right then. He didn't even know it yet. 2 weeks. That's how long the investigation took. The body camera footage was brutal. Every word Pierce said. Recorded. Every moment in Michael's home. Recorded. Michael Edwards didn't resist. Michael Edwards was in his own house. Michael Edwards corrected you about the address. You pushed him anyway. Everything. The warrant itself was examined. The judge who signed it said he was rushed. I read it in 5 minutes. I didn't read it carefully. Pierce's record was pulled. 5 complaints. 2 about stopping people based on their race. 1 about excessive force. All marked unsubstantiated. But now they saw the pattern. Federal agents interviewed Pierce. They asked him one final question. Michael Edwards is black. Before you arrived at that house, did you know that? Pierce didn't answer. Did you assume he was guilty because of his race, Daniel? Silence. Recorded silence. That silence meant everything. Officer Daniel Pierce was fired. Illegal search warrant. 4th Amendment violation. Assault. Discrimination. Falsifying reports. His law enforcement certification was permanently revoked. He would never be a cop again. Kevin Walsh was fired too. He was there. He did nothing to stop it. His silence cost him his career. The judge faced discipline. The sergeant who approved the warrant was demoted. The police department was ordered to change everything. New training. Body cameras on everyone. Federal oversight. Bias training mandatory every 3 months. Michael Edwards filed a federal lawsuit. Before the case even went to trial. Settlement, $2.8 million. More important, a federal judge ruled his rights were violated. His home, his constitutional protection, violated by Daniel Pierce. Michael's name was cleared publicly. A judge said it. Official. Pierce and Walsh searched the wrong house. Arrested an innocent man. Violated his constitutional rights. And they got caught. Daniel Pierce tried to find security work. 1 background check. Federal case. Civil rights violation. Fired for discrimination. No one hired him. Kevin Walsh got a job at a retail store. He learned silence has a price. Michael Edwards went back to work. Training naval officers. His family moved past it. Sarah became an advocate. Teaching military families about their rights. Michael's daughter talked about it in her civics class. She told her classmates. My dad knew the law. He stood firm. And the system worked. Because it did. The system worked. Listen. This story teaches you something important. First lesson. Your home is protected. The 4th Amendment isn't just words. It's a shield. Police need a warrant. The warrant must be correct. Wrong address. Wrong person. Wrong property. They cannot legally enter. Period. Michael Edwards knew this. He said it. Out loud. Second lesson. 1 phone call matters. Sarah called the base. One phone call. That triggered federal agents. That triggered the Pentagon. That ended Daniel Pierce's career. 12 minutes. One phone call changed everything. Third lesson. Silence is not neutral. Kevin Walsh was there. He didn't write the bad warrant. He didn't push Michael down. But he was there. He did nothing. His career ended too. Because standing silent when something is wrong, that makes you part of it. The system catches that. Know your rights. The Fourth Amendment protects your home. If police come to your door with a warrant, you can ask to see it. You can read it. If something is wrong, you can say so. You do not have to let them in on a bad warrant. You do not have to comply with an illegal order. Stay calm. Stay firm. Know the law. And if you see someone's rights being violated, speak up. Make the call. Because Daniel Pierce violated Michael Edwards' rights on a bad warrant. Michael Edwards knew the law. Sarah Edwards made one phone call. And the federal government held them accountable. That's how the system works. When we make it work. When we know our rights. When we speak up. When we don't stay silent.